and out for review right now, and so those foundational dollars and stuff that we'd originally applied for, we're talking excess of $1 million plus from just one of them, kind of ask that we're looking for.
And I would just mention this too, if you know of a foundation out there that may want to participate, I mean, we just got one today that we have to have the application in by July 27th. And so we got that out to our grant writer immediately, and he's just texted me, and he's like, how much are we applying for? You know, so, he's on it. I think there's 7 grants in process right now, and, so that's part of the process, but we think there's, you know, out of the donations that we received, 7 million we received locally, that was 110 donors. So that's incredible. And we did that in 60 days. And so we think there's others out there that want to be part of this process as well, that want to be part of the project. We just need to get introduced to them, right? And so you're going to start seeing some things going out in the paper as far as the public phase. We've kind of been through a silent phase to this part, but we really plan to get that public phase going, asking for support, and every bit counts. Every bit counts. And so we've had donations from $100 to over $1 million. So everything helps, and everything's going to help us get this done.
Lastly, we've also activated the fundraising for the foundational dollars. We've kind of set a mark of where we want that foundation dollars to sit, just like we did with the library. This is to help fund the capital repairs and improvements over time, so the air conditioning goes out in 15 years, 10 years, whatever it may be. We need to make some major renovations to the internals of this building for one reason or another. That's the foundational dollars. We've already been contacted and started talking to different estates that have said, hey, we're interested, but we're interested hopefully in a while, but we want to put you down, and how does that set up and what does that look like? And we think that is better tailored towards a foundational gift rather than an upfront capital gift. And so we've also activated that, and that's been worked on as well. And so hopefully we'll fill up the coffers over time for that plan as well, and then that will keep us funded for the foreseeable future until its expansion.
All right, thank you. Any other questions or comments from the council? Again, thank you to everyone for all your hard work on this project. It's been a long process, and I just feel it's exciting to be at this point where you can see the finish line. So we continue to work towards that goal. So with that, we'll move on then to City Administrator's report.
Yes, we're right in the middle of budget. We, again, without having a finance director, we're a little bit behind, but not too far. We're probably a week off on where we really calendared some of the stuff. I'm gonna get out before I leave this week, end of the year number estimates. We're about a week behind on that. And then we've done some of the other things, and so I'll be reaching out to the finance committee to get some information from them, see if they want to meet or how we'll do that. And then we will start putting together a final budget here, then we will start rolling. I don't know if anybody has a calendar, but I don't believe the finance committee meeting date will line up. But we'll continue to work on that one. Again, we currently have open a finance director treasurer position, a payroll clerk position that would have took over some of those responsibilities.
I was gonna add, that's one thing I had on my list to ask you tonight on applicants on that and how that was coming.
We feel pretty good after today, so we'll let you know tomorrow. We'll see what happens. So, but
Just for your sake.
we've been in a frenzy of interviews. Yeah, I get what you're saying with that. Again, I say it every week. I think here. I don't know that she even has the time to watch the YouTube recording of this, but I can't thank all the staff, but specifically Julie Moody enough. How much she has taken on and done here is incredible. And you know, I always come in humbly to how can I help with payroll, how can I help with claims, how can I help with balancing, and she's done an incredible job with that. So she continues to do a diligent job, but we do need to relieve that pressure and stress because it's almost essentially taking on 3 jobs at once. And so we want to do a great job of getting a good candidate in and getting them activated so that we have help and assistance there. Police, we're gonna continue to have an opening on that one, and so work through that process. But the labor market, as everybody knows, I'm speaking to the choir, probably to everybody in here, is incredibly tight. There's just not a lot of candidates for jobs out there at the moment. Working through all the projects, the water tower project is active right now. They're still finishing foundational work and filling in a hole. East Seward Street is going like crazy over the last 2 days. If you haven't been run over by your old concrete truck, you're driving through Seward apparently. I think Joel's been shooken apart 5 times over by all the trucks going by his window. And he's got a count going to see how many go by. It's about 1 every 10 minutes right, Mike? 1 every 10 minutes from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
And today it was more like about every 5 minutes.
That's good then. That means they're doing it correctly. They're not waiting. But, and so I think they'll complete the main 2 pours today, correct?
Correct.
So the main 2 pours, and then we'll move into a more localized one for driveways or other utilities or whatever else. And so that will be a smaller system of pour after some of it is set, and some of the local traffic will be freed up, but not through traffic and different things. And Mike is working on the communication plan for that, but we wanted to make it through today. We'll get lighting in, some other things over time. And when did we tentatively, Mike, when did you think?
August 9th, Wednesday, but it might be the following Monday, the 14th.
Okay.
We'll see.
And so that project goes and is in process. We'll also see the Bradford and Park Street, right?
Okay.
Park Avenue projects start activating here shortly. GE's doing those, correct? And so you'll start seeing them over from Highway 15 to the west, working through those storm sewer projects. And so be noteful of that. Carol K, box culvert. I got an awesome video. I just haven't had time to load it to Facebook because Mindy's in Hawaii. Watch out for a hurricane. But Mike sent me one. We got to witness the installation of the new, essentially the drop coming out of the culvert. It's designed to dissipate water. When you see the video, you'll see exactly what it does. Instead of dropping straight into the ground and swirling and digging itself underneath the road over a decade, it is now going through a channel of different dissipation methods and doing exactly what it's supposed to do. But I can tell you what, with the rain we've had lately, we've had to test that thing out quite a bit. So we know it works. But they'll finish up in there. I think there's some riprap that needs to be done if it hasn't already been. And then you'll see that Carol K project clear out down there by the ball fields. So lots of stuff going on. There's probably other projects, but those are the big ones I'm kind of tracking. Derek's doing a great job of recruiting, and we're working through handbook changes with the staff that we've recommended. This will be the last portion of the handbook that hasn't been fully vetted and re-amended since 10 years ago or whatever. And so we'll bring those through to the Personnel Finance and Audit Committee, which we had kind of tapped, and then bring those forward to the Council for Adoption and Implementation. It's just a ton of stuff going on, just a lot. And so just trying to keep everybody together, keep them supported, trying to keep us all sane. The last one I will add is I am going on vacation for an extensive period of time.
As you should.
That's what my wife says too. And so I will be gone from Sunday through the next Thursday. I will probably be returning back on the 3rd. And so Derek will help with the mayor lead city council meeting on the 1st. I'll probably check in once a day because we're going through the mountains and all kinds of weird stops on the way driving with 3 kids.
You'll need the break.
Yep, I'll need a break. But the best way is probably email me, and then as I have access, unless it's an emergency, I fully vetted the staff and gave them authority to kind of what to do in this case or that. But I trust in them. They know exactly what they're doing. They're very experienced. They can take care of the issues. So, anything else I can update on in the report?
So you want a proclamation or key to the city, do it while Craig's. Slide that through real quick.
Kind of like admiralships.
Yeah, like an admiralship, but more real. Any other questions or comments? Otherwise, I'd ask someone to, motion to accept the report.
Second.
Motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, please register your votes. Please display the votes.
Voting in favor, Wilken, Kaler, Coulterman, Miller, Singleton, Streisand, Morgan, 7-0.
Alright, do you have any future requests for council agenda items or administrative action? Seeing none. Jonathan, welcome. What's going on in
Thank you,
Seward?
Mayor. All right, upcoming this Thursday, 10 a.m., we will have a ribbon cutting for Spare Time Lounge and Grill's new, beautiful lounge outdoor menu with our ambassadors. And we're grateful for the Reef family's investment in downtown, which is continuing to support our community's downtown revitalization efforts in the historic district. The upstairs Memorial Library Conference Room is reserved for Senator Jana Hughes' open house on Friday, July 21st from 9 to 11 a.m. And this is open to the public. And then next Friday, after that, Friday, July 28th, will be our annual sidewalk sales for our downtown businesses. And please promote this to support our local companies. With that, that's all I have. Thanks, Mayor.
And I would like to say, I came from the Daisy Flower Garden. Sergeant Summerfeld was also there, so she can vouch for me. This is the original that I received, so it was very exciting that it was the Daisies of Troop 20622, and they worked with local gardeners, master gardeners to do the flower bed. It's right by Concordia. Beck Park is not on Beck Street. Fun fact. Turns out it's on Hillcrest. You only make that mistake once. But no, because it turns out Carroll K Park is on Beck Street naturally. So anyway, so it was they had a really nice presentation, and they seemed to have a really good time. So I did not wear a festive hat like some people did, but that's okay. So,
It's a garden party.
You
You should wear a hat.
Yes. Shocker, I do not have a garden party hat that I own. Didn't realize that my wardrobe was missing that, but the lesson learned for the next time. So with that, is there a motion for a strategy session?
So I move that the city council go into closed session with mayor, city administrator, city attorney, city clerk, and Jonathan Jank for the protection of the public interest and to discuss real estate interests at the Seward Rail campus and to provide the city attorney with negotiating guidance for a period not to exceed 30 minutes.
All right, we have a motion, is there a second? The motion and a second, please register your votes. Please display the votes.
Voting in favor, Wilken, Kaler, Coulterman, Miller, Singleton, Streisand, Morgan, 7-0.
All right, the council has voted to go into closed session at 8:07 p.m. for the protection of the public interest and to discuss real estate interests at the Seward Rail campus and to provide the city attorney with negotiating guidance. No formal action will be taken. Thank you.